have you?
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Artist Reads the Bible. Today, I'm going to be starting with Numbers 4. And 4 is very long, so we're just going to be doing 4. As usual, got my highlighter, got my decaf Java juice, and I got the Living Word of God right here. Let me do a little decaf Java juice. Something out there. All right, let's get started, shall we? Then the Lord said to Moses and Aaron, record the names of the members of the clans and families of the Kohathite division of the tribe of Levi. List all the men between the ages of 30 and 50 who are eligible to serve in the tabernacle. The duties of the Kohathites at the tabernacle will relate to the most sacred objects. When the camp moves, Aaron and his sons must enter the tabernacle first to take down the inner curtain and cover the Ark of the Covenant with it. Then they must cover the inner curtain with fine goatskin leather and spread over that a single piece of blue cloth. Let's see, blue is my favorite color. Important, it's in the Bible. Finally, they must put the carrying poles of the ark in place. Next, they must spread a blue cloth over the table, again, blue, where the bread of the presence is displayed. And on the cloth, they will place the bowls, ladles, jars, pitchers, and the special bread. They must spread a scarlet, red's all right too, cloth over all this, and finally a covering of fine goatskin leather on top of the scarlet cloth. Then they must insert the carrying poles into the table. Next, they must cover the lampstand with a blue cloth, back to blue, along with its lamps, lamp snuffers, trays, and special jars of olive oil. Excuse me. Allergies, just getting hot, getting cold, getting with my allergy and stuff. Then they must cover the lampstand and its accessories with fine goatskin leather and place the bundle on a carrying frame. Next, they must spread a blue cloth, blue again, over the gold incense altar and cover this cloth with fine goatskin leather. Then they must attach carrying poles to the altar. They must take all the remaining furnishings of the sanctuary and wrap them in a blue cloth, cover them with fine goatskin leather, and place them on the carrying frame. They must remove the ashes from the altar for sacrifices and cover the altar with a purple cloth. I like purple too. That's actually blue, then purple. All the altar utensils, the fire pans, meat forks, shovels, basins, and all the containers must be placed on the cloth, and a covering of fine goatskin leather must be spread over them. Finally, they must put the carrying poles in place. The camp will be ready to move when Aaron and his sons have finished covering the sanctuary and all the sacred articles. The Kohathites will come and carry these things to the next destination. But they must not touch the sacred objects or they will die. So these are the things from the tabernacle that the Kohathites must carry. Eleazar, son of Aaron, the priest, will be responsible for the oil of the lampstand, the fragrant incense, the daily grain offering, and the anointing oil. In fact, Eleazar will be responsible for the entire tabernacle and everything in it, including the sanctuary and its furnishings. Then the Lord said to Moses and Aaron, do not let the Kohathite clans be destroyed from among the Levites. This is what you must do so they will live and not die when they approach the most sacred objects. Aaron and his sons must also always go in with them and assign a specific duty or load to each person. The Kohathites must never enter the sanctuary to look at the sacred objects for even a moment, or they will die. And the Lord said to Moses, record the names of the members of the clans and families of the Gershonite division of the tribe of Levi. List all the men between the ages of 30 and 50 who are eligible to serve in the tabernacle. These Gershonite clans will be responsible for general service and carrying loads. They must carry the curtains of the tabernacle itself with its coverings, the outer covering of fine goatskin leather, and the curtain for the tabernacle entrance. They are also to carry the curtains for the courtyard walls that surround the tabernacle and altar, the curtain across the courtyard entrance, the ropes, and all the equipment related to their use. The Gershonites are responsible for all these items. Aaron and his sons will direct the Gershonites regarding all their duties, whether it involves moving the equipment or doing other work. They must assign the Gershonites responsibility for the loads they are to carry. So these are the duties assigned to the Gershonite clans at the tabernacle. They will be directly responsible to Ithamar, son of Aaron, the priest. Now record the names of the members of the clans and families of the Merarite division of the tribe of Levi. List all the men between the ages of 30 and 50 who are eligible to serve in the tabernacle. Their only duty at the tabernacle will be to carry loads. They will carry the frames of the tabernacle, the crossbars, the post, and the bases. Also, the posts for the courtyard walls with their bases, pegs, and ropes, and all the accessories and everything else related to their use. Assign the various loads to each man by name. So these are the duties of the Merarite clans at the tabernacle. They are directly responsible to Ithamar, son of Aaron, the priest. So Moses, Aaron, and the other leaders of the community listed the members of the Kohathite division by their clans and families. The list included all the men between 30 and 50 years of age who were eligible for service in the tabernacle, and the total number came to 2,750. That's a lot of workers. So this was the total of all those from the Kohathite clans who were eligible to serve at the tabernacle. Moses and Aaron listed them just as the Lord had commanded through Moses. The Gershonite division was also listed by its clans and families. The list included all the men between 30 and 50 years of age who were eligible for service in the tabernacle, and the total number came to 2,630. So close, within 90 of the other. So this was the total of all those from the Gershonite clans who were eligible to serve at the tabernacle. Moses and Aaron listed them just as the Lord had commanded. The Merarite division was also listed by its clans and families. The list included all the men between 30 and 50 years of age who were eligible for service in the tabernacle, and the total number came to 3,200. So that's about 450 greater than the Kohathites. So that's the greatest number yet. So altogether, there's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, about 8,500. That's a lot of workers. So this was the total of all those from the Merarite clans who were eligible for service. Moses and Aaron listed them just as the Lord had commanded through Moses. Boy, I wasn't far off. What did I say, 8,500? 8,580. That was just a rough estimate. Not bad, huh? So Moses, Aaron, and the leaders of Israel listed all the Levites by their clans and families. All the men between 30 and 50 years of age who were eligible for service in the tabernacle and for its transportation numbered 8,580. When their names were recorded, as the Lord had commanded through Moses, each man was assigned his task and told what to carry. And so the registration was completed, just as the Lord had commanded Moses. I'll tell you what, these allergies, that's the end of 4, by the way. These allergies are messing with my throat, my ears, my eyes, my nose. I never had allergies before. I grew up in this state. The only allergies I ever had was to penicillin and sulfa drugs. That was it. I didn't have any food allergies. I didn't have any environmental allergies. I didn't have like dust, pets, nothing. At least I know that I did, if I did. Been all over the country. Been out of the country. no allergies. I moved back up here. All of a sudden, I got allergies. I think I'm allergic to cats. I'm pretty sure I'm allergic to dust. I'm allergic to pollen, I think. I think I'm allergic to a lot of stuff. The only way to really find out is to go get that test done where they like draw a grid on your back and they poke you with different stuff and then they come back and see what you react to. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of getting poked with a bunch of needles, so that's not happening. Unless it gets to the point I'm just miserable, ain't worried about it. Because I don't like needles. I never have, I never will. You know, I'm sorry, but if you like needles, you're a weirdo. I mean, yeah, I don't know if God wanted us to have needles in us. I think He would put like ports where you just stick it in the hole. I didn't think God meant for us to be sticking needles in ourselves. I don't like them. Well, that was interesting because I knew the Levites were basically in control of the tabernacle. However, and I've already read the Bible a couple times, but like I said, every time it's God's living word. Every time you read the Bible, you're gonna learn something new. I don't care how many times you read it, you're gonna learn something new. Something else gonna jump out at you. Well, I was not aware. I must have just went in one ear and out the other or whatever when I read it, that there were three clans of the Levites: the Gershonites, the Kohathites, and the Merarites. I didn't know that. And they have 8,580 workers to transport the tabernacle. Man, can you imagine how big that tabernacle had to be to have 8,580 workers? Because think about it. If you build a house, what's a construction crew got? I guess it depends on the job size. But what? Maybe 5, 10 guys? You know, and that's a house that you live in, that a family lives in. If it's a church, maybe 20 to 50 guys. I don't know. I don't think, other than roofing, I've never really worked construction. And usually when we were there, everybody else was pretty much gone. We were like the last step, usually. Nowadays, I've seen them put up the frame, do the roof, and then come back and do the siding and everything else. Back when I did it, we were pretty much the last step. I don't know why they changed it, but whatever. So anyway, but I don't know how many they used. 8,580. You know how many people it is? Man, I know towns that don't even have that many people in it. Well, down south where we just come from, didn't have but 4,000 people in the entire town. They used over twice that amount to move the tabernacle. So can you imagine? I don't know. Maybe they didn't use them all at once. Maybe they rotated, maybe like, I don't know how many it took, but it's God, so it's majestic. It's grandiose, I mean, it's not, from what I remember, the measurements and everything, it's nothing small. So I imagine it would take, I don't know. And I think they want it moved like that. So, maybe they did use all 8,580. Or maybe it only took half that and they just shifted them out or something, rotated them in and out. I don't know. But, oh my Lord, do you hear my cat? One cat's on this side wanting out. The other cat is jumping on the door wanting in. That scared the crap out of me. Spoiled brats, I tell you what. Yes, in just a second, I'll let you out, you spoiled little thing. They hate closed doors. I don't know what it is, but they freaking hate closed doors. if they're in it. If they're, and like she's in here now, she wants out. If I'd put her out and closed door, she'd have wanted in. There's something about a closed door that can't stand closed doors. Cats, who knows? But anyway, I thought that was interesting. 3 clans: the Girgashites, the Kohathites, and the Merarites. Yeah. It was 8,580 workers between the age of 30 and 50. Now, see, that's weird though, because carrying the loads. Okay. Wouldn't you think the ideal, but maybe they wanted the younger ones to fight. I don't know. But wouldn't you think the ideal ones to carry the load would be like the ones between like 15 to 25 or 20 to 30, 30 to 50? I'm 53 years old and I'm still pretty strong, but because of my heart failure, COPD, I'm not supposed to be lifting everything. And I'll tell you, my neighbor, he got home yesterday. He was backing in, and I was like, "What you up to?" He said, "I gotta get these sandbags out the back of my truck." I said, "All right." So I started helping him, and I was unaware of the fact that he didn't have normal sandbags. He had monstrous sandbags and they were a little wet, so they weighed about 90 to 100 pounds each, and there were 6 of them. So needless to say, still today, my shoulder, it's hurting. My wife's like, "You seriously need to learn how to say no and quit doing things like that." But, it hurt. And I'm 53. I'm over that age that would have been required for the tabernacle. But I would have thought, I don't know. It's God. He knows what he's doing. Maybe because the younger ones would be more reckless with the stuff. And if you're older than 50, well, you just not going to be able to lift, and you might make mistakes too. So maybe that's the ideal range, 30 to 50, It's God. God knows what God's doing. God knows more about what's going on than any of us put together do. So if that's the way God wanted it, then that's the way it is. And evidently it worked out just fine. So it just amazes me when you think 8,580 workers to disassemble, move, and set back up tabernacle. Man, that is just astonishing. You think back like when they built the pyramids, how many workers did they have there? It shows thousands and thousands of workers. When the Israelites were enslaved in Egypt, they forced them to work and stuff, and there were thousands and thousands of Israelites. So, I guess if you think about it in relativity to the pyramids and stuff, I guess the cut tabernacle would be pretty relevant in that grand scheme, So probably did need that many people to move it. You're talking about God. If the Egyptians have pyramids that big, don't you think God would need something as equal, if not bigger? I don't know. I've read the measurements, but like I said, I'm old, I'm forgetful. And, half of the measurements, I'm not even sure what they equate to in meters, yards, feet, whatever. They use words like shekel and gera and different units of measurement and cubits. And, I've actually read what the conversion is, what a cubit is, and all that, but I've since forgotten. I've slept since then, so who knows. Anywho, I hope y'all got something out of today. I know I did. I better get off here because there's a little kitty cat over there mean mugging me. She wants out of this room. She's actually on the second shelf of one of the bookcases just looking at me like, "You gonna open this door, human, or what?" So I'm gonna hop off here. Until next time, I love each and every one of you. Please, please, please be good to each other. and I'll bring you something again real soon.